Hi guys, today's January craft is the no-sew fleece pillows. We're going to be using the tying method for them. As you can see, we're still doing virtual videos for now, but this craft will be a little less chaotic and a whole lot less messy than the hot chocolate spoons. For instance, all the materials you'll need are we're all in your kit. It's just the fabric, the 14 by 14 pillow, all in your kits, just those two, and then a pair of good scissors to cut with that you can, any scissors in your house should work as long as they're just good sharp scissors. Be careful using them, of course. The fabric is actually already pre-cut. Here, I'm just gonna move those. So you don't have to worry about the size. It'll be the two pieces, like so. Let me just move this guy. Yeah, it'll be the two pieces of fabric already pre-cut, so all you'll need to do is just make sure that you have both pieces of fabric, that they're missing. Let me move one of these so it's easy to see. So you'll have two fabric pieces cut in this shape. I will have added a template and sizes and everything. That way if you want to use your own different, like if you want to do the craft again and you want to use your own fabric, you'll know what sizes that these have to be, what size the material has to be. But that'll all be in your email. For now, I have it all pre-cut, so it's easier. You'll have had two choices that you could choose from. It's either the snowman one like this, or the snowflake one. I'm using the snowman one just because I thought it was cute. But for now, all you'll need is both pieces of these, both pieces of fabric, and the scissors. The pillow you can kind of move out of the way because we're not going to need him until the end. So the first step is going to be lay out both pieces of fabric right on top of each other. Here, let me real quick show you. Let's see. So both pieces of fabric, you should have two in your kits. Make sure that they match up. Just lay them right on top how you want them. If you like one side better than the other, just make sure that the side you like is facing outward. So here, let me do that. Yeah, make sure the corners match up as best you can. If they're not exact, that's totally fine. I'm a little picky, so I'm double checking. But yeah, like if they go over like this or like that, that's totally fine. That's not a super big deal, just so long as it's not like this is over here, then you should be totally good. Once they're matched up how you like them, then you can take your scissors and just start cutting the edges like this. You can choose it if you want it a little thinner, but I'd say go a little thick, just in case. And go right to the line, like right here. Now you're not cutting them out. They still have to kind of match. So you basically just keep cutting around like this. They don't have to be the exact same size or anything, as long as they're, relatively close. So I'll probably speed this part up because it'll take a bit of a hot minute. You can play like some music, whatever you need to go around. And you would do this going around all four sides. I'm gonna speed mine up just because it's gonna take kind of a minute. I might even skip I might even skip if I have to, just because it'll take just a second for me to cut through all of them. If you do choose the snowman fabric, the other one doesn't do this, but you might get a couple of these fluffies. You'll notice that come off. It's not a big deal. You might look like you've had a chicken come running through, but quick lint roller and a vacuum and they'll go away. But yeah, you might have a few fleece fuzzies floating around for a bit. Once all the sides are cut like this, where they have each little one like that, and you can be able to have them lay on top of each other. Let me spin this. Whoosh. There we go. Let it mess those up. Nope. Good to go. Yeah, once it's all cut on all sides, then you can just start tying them all around. Just before you start tying, just keep in mind, tie only 3 sides. leave one side open because that's where we're gonna try and stick our pillow. So just tie around these sides. It can be any side that you decide to leave open, but just leave that one open while you're tying. And let's see, to tie them, basically you can tie them in just a regular old, let's see, just regular old knot there. You can double knot it if you feel more comfortable. As long as it's tied semi-tight, give it a nice little pull. It may look a little chaotic at first, but since they're lying on top of each other, you'll be able to match them up super easy. So you would just tie it, pull, and go all the way around. Just tie them one after another, each one, make sure they're matched up correctly, which if you cut them while it was laying on top of each other, they'll match up perfect. And then you can just spruce them up, pull them out like that. Once again, you might get some like fluffy fuzzies. Now the thing to remember when tying them is to just go slow. You don't have to go super fast. Tie them how you want them. Make sure that you can give them a light tug. When the pillow's in, you can tie them even tighter. If you want to double knot them, that's also fine. It might shorten the strands a little, but it'll still have that kind of frilly look to it. And it'll still be super soft. But just go around the whole thing, tie them up. I might try and keep them aligned like here. If they start to bunch up like that when you pull, that's all right. Just make sure you remember which ones are supposed to go together. And just, like I said, just go slow. Take your time. There's no rush. And you just have to tie the 3 sides and take your time. I'm gonna probably skip just because it'll take a long time to take a video of it. Now I just want to pop in again here, as you can see, fuzzies. There we go. It's gonna lose its square shape. If it starts to do that, don't panic, don't worry. It'll get it back when the pillow goes in. But for now, it's gonna look a little like almost circular. But as long as you make sure that you're matching up your strands, otherwise you end up with a little stray strand at the end, which no big deal. Nothing wrong with that. You can usually just tie him again with somebody else, or if you want, you can just cut him off too. It might leave a small hole, but just go around tying them like that. Okay, so the next step is if you just did the 3 sides, then you're good. Always leave that 4th side open because then we're gonna need to put our pillow through here. Now, let me grab our pillow. Thankfully we're using pillows because otherwise we'd be using different like tufts and cotton and all different things, and that stuff gets everywhere. And you always need a lot more of it than you think. So we're gonna be using, everyone should have like a quick little pillow insert. It's not the most comfortable looking thing at first, but then you would just carefully open it up and you just push them inside the one side you didn't tie up yet. Now, you don't have to fight them in, otherwise these start to, like so, they start to unravel. You can just tie them up again and just tie them a little tighter now that the pillow's in there. So if some of them start to untie, that's fine. Just retie them quick. You can even double knot like I'm gonna do with that side. And just carefully stuff the pillow in. Don't wanna force him in, just tuck him in there. That way he slowly, goodness, these little things. If you see some sides starting to come undone, just tug away, tighten them, double knot them. I might go around and double knot them just because this fabric is a little softer and needs a little extra oomph. But once that's good to go, oops, there. Once that's good, you'll go to this side, kind of pull them up. Now find the sides that aren't already tied. Like this end here. Find one corner, find where it's not tied, and start tying that. You're gonna tie your pillow in there, and I would recommend, I'm gonna double knot, just in case, and just go around the untied side and carefully start to tie them together so that everyone's all tucked in. Just like with the last sides, take your time, no rush. Okay, so yeah, so you'll have all those sides tied. Now if you want, I would recommend going back around, making sure everyone's tied tight. If you feel like you want to, I would recommend double knotting, just in case. That way, you know everything's in there secured, you can bunch it, you can move it, it'll be nice and soft. I have a bunch of flurries, so you'll just have to ignore those, but yeah. Then you'll have your pillow. It'll be tied in there, easy peasy. Go around making sure all your knots are tight if you want to double knot. I would recommend it just so you know everything's tucked in there safely, because you don't want it popping open and then you have to tie it again. But yeah, otherwise, you'll have your pillow. And I'll have a template in email so that way you can make one using fabric that you like if you wanted to use something more towards sports, something more for spring, then you can be able to do it again with your own fabric. But there you go, fleece pillow. Nice and comfy.